we're getting to the 2022 British Cup Classic on Saturday, and this is going to finish in one horse everybody I think wants to see really running. That's Flightline. Of all the races, Flightline's one everybody wants to see, kind of like the big, heavy boxing match you can't wait to see. So, this is one we're going to talk about, and I showed this page because in the past performance, it's going to show Cyberknife being, in the one spot for whatever reason by Bristnet, and that's not the case. As you can see, Taba draws the one spot. Life is good. Happy Saver. So when I go through these past performances, you can take out, Cyberknife being pointed to the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, and we're going to start with Epicenter, and I think Epicenter, is a very good 3-year-old, probably one of the 2 or 3 most likely challengers to Flightline. Certainly looked good winning the Jim Danny, looked good winning the Trevors. Kind of had some bad luck in the Derby and the Preakness. I'm not sure the 3-year-old horses this year, though, especially on dirt, are as good as the older horses. We'll see. This will be a chance for them to prove it. But I think Epicenter, still has to take another little step forward if he wants to be able to beat Flightline. Certainly a solid horse I can see getting, second or third. So for me, Epicenter will be certainly my trifecta, but definitely out of the win spot. And we're going to talk about Flightline. Flightline is a big boy. He's out of tap it, dominate every distance from 6 furlongs to a mile and a quarter. Just very impressive horse. Won his last race by 19 lengths. Other than the Met Mile, every race has been double-digit lengths. Even the Met Mile, he had kind of a bad trip in that race. Didn't break it very good. Speaker's Corner kind of boxed him in temporarily. Had to come out wide. And still in a very impressive effort. I ran a mile in 1:33 and 3. The track was slightly playing fast that day, so you could probably say on a normal that might have been like a 1:34, but nonetheless, first race since December, all that trouble, had every reason to run a good second, but instead ended up winning the race and really strutted his stuff in the Pacific Classic. And you got Happy Saver we're going to talk about, and this horse could certainly jump up. You're going to see some generous odds on this horse. It's got second. The Life Was Good in the Whitney. Looked like he was actually going to catch Life Was Good turning for home, in my opinion. I was a little, worried as I played Life Was Good that day. But Happy Saver, wound up getting second. And also Happy Saver ran second to Flightline in the, Met Mile. And then the Lucas Classic, the, horse didn't really fire for whatever reason that day. But certainly Happy Saver could be one to, this could be the other pleasure horse that winds up finishing the top 4 over Life Was Good. And you got Hot Rod Charlie by Doug O'Neill, who just always seems to come with an effort. Not always good enough to win, but you see a lot of in the money. First, third, second, first, second. Fourth in the Classic last year. First. So certainly when you're constructing your superfectas, you better not leave this horse out because he always seems to come with a grindy effort. Not always flashy enough for first, but, will certainly get there. And for me, he's going to be my superfecta. Then you got Life Was Good, and, this probably be the second choice horse. Certainly looked good winning the Texas early in the year, won the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile last year. Good trainer, checks all the boxes. We'll probably pick up services of Irad. I'm not sure exactly who the jockey's going to be. Irad. So you got, that, and then, but in the Woodward and the Whitney, this horse didn't really impress me that much. I thought he would dominate a little more in the Whitney. Looked like Happy Saver was going to get him turning for home. And then in the Woodward, I challenge y'all to name any horses that was in that field other than Life Was Good because it was a extremely bad field for a grade 1, and Life Was Good only won that in workmanlike fashion. So for me, that was just not impressive, and the water's going to get a ton deeper here. So Life Is Good's a no play for me. And then you got Olympiad, and this is my pick to potentially get second. And this horse ran really bad in the Whitney. I thought that it'd be it was going to be the Life Was Good Olympiad showdown. Olympiad didn't fire, but other than that race, he's got first all this year. So horse looked really good. Bill Mott certainly a great trainer. The horse already showed that he can get a mile and a quarter. So for me, I think if one of these horses that potentially come running second to Flightline, Olympiad can certainly pick up the piece. I think Olympiad and Epicenter probably be your 2 most likely to pick up that second place money. And you got Rich Strike, and Rich Strike's gonna be the name horse. Won the Kentucky Derby at 80-1. Anytime this horse is at Churchill, always seems to do really good. The fact that it's not at Churchill, I'm gonna play against the horse. Maybe depending on how much it costs to throw him in the 4th spot in the superfecta, he may see that spot. But that's gonna be about it. I think you put Flightline on top, Epicenter and Olympiad underneath, throwing Happy Saver, get 3rd, 4th, and then Hot Rod Charlie, to round out the superfecta. That's how we play in the race on Saturday. And thanks for watching, guys. Plenty more to